Seemed like, again, today, pretty common for the series. You get off to a good start, and today you get the lead, and just, is it a common theme? You just kind of weren't able to sustain it and build off of it?
Yeah, well, definitely a great start. Obviously, it was great grabbing the first goal. You know, like you said, I think that they started to push back a little bit. Maybe they were nervous at the beginning. I'm not sure, but they really started to push back. I think some of our, we went to the penalty box a little bit too much there early, and it kind of took a little bit of momentum away from us. But it was just it was still right there for us all game long. And then obviously a couple mistakes that we made end up in the back of the net. We couldn't find a way to. It's tough. Jake did an unreal job. He was so good, but obviously we got to give him a little bit more support than that.
One of the players said maybe a little too aggressive in the third, maybe when you could have stuck to the system.
Yeah, I think. Well, certainly after they scored. I mean, when I looked at their second goal, and it's borderline as far as whether we're too aggressive there or if it's just not a quick enough read by us. But certainly after they scored that second goal, we just we kind of got away from the things that we were doing as far as protecting ourselves, and obviously giving up breakaways and 2-on-1s is not a good formula.
Like, you needed to win a game in here, obviously, but 3 goals in 3 games. Just why do you feel like offensively it wasn't?
Well, first off, you're on the road, and you want your power play to be more of a factor. We didn't factor in at all. No power play goals. Drew 1 power play tonight, so that's not enough as well. So these are the things that we have to look at, and obviously areas that we have to grow.
Can you describe some of the things you saw with the other team's swarming defense to keep you guys from getting numerous opportunities?
Yeah, when we got there, we did some good things. There were some times where we got around the net and some pucks just kind of squirted by. Not enough secondary opportunities, not nearly enough. The first goal was an indication of the way the series was going to play out, and we saw that last game as well. So we needed to number one, create more of those situations, but get around the net and win more of those battles.
Mike, what are some of the other things that you're going to think about, reflect on these next couple of weeks that didn't happen in this series? Jake just said it was a winnable series.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that's what we have to do. We have, that now starts the process of looking at what we can do differently, what we can do better, and obviously we got time to reflect on it. But there's a lot of things that I'm very pleased with as a coach with this group. A lot of growth. I felt like whether it's Jake first off and the way that he played and the confidence that we have going into, the biggest moments and how he's going to rise up to that, whether it's, the leadership and the growth that they've had, whether it's the young players, you look at Eddie and Perry, and then you look at all the young players that have factored in this second part of the season. I'm excited about a lot of things here, but obviously, now we start evaluating everything, and we look at what we do well and what we need to do better, and that's our job as coaches.
Is it a good feeling to get Steen back out there?
Yeah, he was a warrior for us. He's been a great leader, and he's been a great warrior for us, and obviously a lot of credit for him for not just playing tonight. He's been battling through a lot here.
Mike, we just talked to him about his injury. Did you think he was done after he further broke the foot in the Game 4 block?
Yeah, first off, if being inside and knowing what he's going through just to put his skate on and to get on the ice, it's pretty impressive. So I think it's a real good leadership message and a message to what we're trying to do as far as a culture here. He's obviously laying it on the line and sacrificing whatever he can for his teammates, and again, that's what leadership is.
Mike, is that just a perfect example, though, of a guy willing to do everything and anything to try to win the Stanley Cup? For people that don't understand outside of those walls, why would he play less than 100%? Is that just a perfect example?
It is a perfect example. That's why, first off, a lot of credit to Nashville. Like, congratulations to them. They played a great series, and they're a real strong team. But it hurts right now for us. We felt like there was moments in this series where we could have grabbed it. There was times where we felt like it was winnable, like we could have come out on the other side, and they definitely deserve to be moving on. But we feel it stinks. I hate it. I hate to say it, but we'll learn from this, and we'll find a way to get better.
Well, you killed all the power plays, but you disappointed in the kind of penalties that you took?
Yeah, I'm not going to sit here and kind of talk about negatives right now. It's over, unfortunately, and obviously that you need to be trying to do whatever you can to stay out of the box. But that like you said, we killed the penalties, and there was other opportunities. There's other reasons why we didn't win the game. In combination with that.
Mike, there were people actually asking whether Jake Allen was a playoff goalie before these playoffs started. I guess he's answered that question.
There is, I just can't. I so impressed and so so happy for him. First off, if you know him as a person, but for us as an organization, his growth as a goalie, and I think even some of that tough times and what he went through was actually real important for him. I think it's just strengthened him so much, and for him to come in here and play in the playoffs the way that he did. It was incredibly impressive, and for him to come on the losing side and play the way that he did is you don't see that very often. He was outstanding.
Mike, also a tough series for David Braun, had a couple more penalties tonight. Just your decision to bench him there at the third.
Obviously they scored early in the third, so we were just trying to get something going.